The tale of Prophet Jonah, Yunus, a journey of redemption. In a time long ago in a land by the sea there lived a man named Jonah. He was not an ordinary man, for he was chosen by God to be a prophet, a messenger of divine wisdom. Jonah's life would soon become a testament to the power of faith, repentance, and God's boundless mercy. Chapter 1. The Call to Prophethood. Jonah was born into a devout family who worshipped the one true God. From a young age, he displayed qualities that set him apart: wisdom beyond his years and a deep sense of compassion for his fellow beings. These qualities did not go unnoticed by God, who had a special mission in mind for Jonah. One day, as Jonah was praying by the shores of the Mediterranean Sea, he heard a voice, clear and divine, calling out to him. "Jonah," it said, "you are chosen to be a prophet, a guide for your people, a bearer of God's message." Chapter 2. The People of Nineveh. Jonah's mission was clear. He was to go to the great city of Nineveh, a city notorious for its wickedness and ungodly ways. The people of Nineveh had strayed far from the path of righteousness, and God had decided to send Jonah to guide them back. But Jonah hesitated. The people of Nineveh were known for their cruelty and defiance of God's laws. He feared that they would not listen to his message, and he doubted his ability to bring about change. Chapter 3. The Reluctant Prophet. Instead of heading to Nineveh as God had commanded, Jonah made a fateful decision. He chose to flee from his divine mission, seeking refuge on a ship bound for a distant land. As the ship set sail, Jonah believed he had escaped God's call. However, God had other plans. He sent a powerful storm to rage upon the sea. The tempestuous waves tossed the ship about like a leaf in the wind, and the sailors on board feared for their lives. Chapter 4. The Storm at Sea. Amidst the chaos, the sailors desperately searched for the cause of the storm. Casting lots, they discovered that Jonah was the source of their misfortune. Jonah, in a moment of realization, confessed that he was fleeing from God's command. The sailors, in an act of reluctant obedience to Jonah's plea, threw him overboard into the raging sea. As Jonah descended into the depths, he felt the cold embrace of the water close around him. Chapter 5. The Belly of the Beast. But Jonah's story did not end in the depths of the sea. God, in his mercy, sent a great fish to swallow Jonah and keep him safe from drowning. Inside the belly of the beast, Jonah found himself in utter darkness and isolation, his heart filled with remorse for disobeying God's call. In the belly of the fish, Jonah prayed fervently, seeking God's forgiveness and guidance. He vowed to fulfill his mission and obey God's command if only he were granted another chance. Chapter 6. The Second Call. Hearing Jonah's sincere repentance, God commanded the fish to release him onto the shore. Jonah was cast ashore, drenched and humbled, but with a renewed sense of purpose. He knew what he had to do. With unwavering determination, Jonah set off on the long journey back to Nineveh. The city lay before him, vast and imposing, but he carried within him the message of God's mercy and the hope of redemption. Chapter 7. The Message of Repentance. Upon his arrival in Nineveh, Jonah wasted no time. He walked through the streets, his voice ringing out as he called the people to repentance. He told them of God's anger and his demand for change, but he also spoke of God's boundless mercy for those who turn back to him. Chapter 8. The People's Repentance. To Jonah's amazement, the people of Nineveh listened. From the lowest beggar to the highest ruler, they repented of their wicked ways. They fasted, wore sackcloth, and cried out for God's forgiveness. Their collective penitence moved Jonah to his core. Chapter 9. God's Mercy. God, who had seen the sincerity of their repentance, relented. He spared the city of Nineveh from the punishment that had been looming over it. Jonah had witnessed a miracle, the power of repentance, and the boundless mercy of God. Chapter 10. The Lessons Learned. Jonah's journey had been one of trials, doubt, and ultimately, redemption. Through his experiences, he learned the importance of obedience to God's command, the transformative nature of repentance, and the depths of God's mercy. The story of Prophet Jonah serves as a timeless reminder that, no matter how far we may stray, God's mercy is always within reach. It teaches us that true change is possible through sincere repentance, and that God's compassion knows no bounds. And so, Jonah's tale lives on as a testament to faith, redemption, and the enduring message of God's love and mercy for all his creatures.